My little opening comments do have to do with kids and teaching them good ways to grow into healthy competition. Learning to be gracious at winning, learning to be gracious at losing. Both are important. Class act is a class act in both situations. You want kids to be competitive, in spite of the mostly feminist school teachers in public schools who want boys to be girls and just sit and cooperate. You want children to learn how to be competitive. You want them to work hard for a goal, play fair, enjoy the process, celebrate the wins, learn something from the losses. This goes for academics, athletics, everything. Competition breeds high quality in every aspect of life. So, having a good cooperative nature as a start is a place to be. When kids are ditto, instead of saying, let's see which one of you can get dressed first, and setting sibling rivalry on its head, say, let's see if you can help each other get dressed and beat the timer so that you're both dressed when the timer goes off. So then they're cooperating with each other. That's a character quality you want to develop in kids, and it's the beginning stages which will eventually turn to being able to be competitive without being a whiny crybaby or a creep. You can introduce winning and losing in small ways. Kids are 3.5 or 4. You play small games that go quickly and have winners and losers, and that goes back and forth. You win, you lose, you lose, you lose, you win, you win, you lose, you win. Rock, paper, scissors, tic-tac-toe. Shoot short things. Takes no time at all to win or to lose. And we go, oh, good for you. And then to the loser, good try. You teach your kids what to say. Good for you if they won. Good try if they lost. You teach your kids how to be gracious. Then the games get longer. When they're 4 or 5 years old, the games get longer. Chutes and ladders, the board games. Sorry was always my favorite. Because you could be winning, and in the last 60 seconds you could lose. Or the opposite. So, as they start learning to win and lose at board games without pouting, but learning to say, good job, when somebody wins, nice try, good try, when they lose. Then you start at sports. 3, 4, and 5, it's time to learn how to throw a ball, catch a ball, kick a ball, play games. Actual winning and losing should start small here. Think about relays. 5 minutes, not 45 minutes, but 5 minutes. These are young kids. So they get to do it again and again and again and again, and sometimes they win and sometimes they lose. And the sting of losing is quite reduced because these are small divots of winning and losing, losing and winning, winning and losing, and it turns out everybody's laughing. Then by 6, 7, or 8, many kids who have grown up with this supportive background are ready for serious competition in bigger sports because they have practice at winning and losing, losing and winning and winning and losing, and that's it. This is when you start focusing on building skills. I've had to tell parents on the air many times, your kid's not doing well, tell them to study harder, get a study group together, ask for more help at school, get a tutor. Don't whine about schools or teachers or feel dumb or stupid and give up. Get going. Put in effort. Make progress. Learn to work hard at something you want. Again and again and again. I watched a movie about a young man. All these movies about these young sports guys who die before they're 25. I sort of hate the end, but I'm always impressed with why anybody made a movie about them, and not because they died before 25, but because in most cases, not all, but in most cases, everybody told them, you will never amount to anything. You'll never be able to do this. You're too fat, you're too tall, you're too short, you're too thin, you're not strong enough, whatever it is. And these kids just don't take no for an answer. They're just going to keep trying. When it comes from the kid, I'm good with it. When it comes from the parent, I'm not. You have to highlight the importance of practice, practice, practice. I don't care if it's playing a guitar, swimming, dance, chess. Practice, 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 practice. Lisa Barth is my main instructor in learning how to work with silver clay. And she told me to fill a syringe with toothpaste and practice making curlicues. It was not easy to do it. Silver is expensive. So she said, just practice, practice, practice with toothpaste in a syringe, and you learn to make a pattern. Practice, 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 she said. Reframe losing as simply part of the game. There is no losing without somebody winning, and there is no winning without somebody losing. That's just the way it is. And sometimes you will be, and sometimes you will not be. I race a sailboat. I race in a handicap situation, which means I race boats that are 70 feet, 52 feet. I'm just 41. That makes my rig shorter, and I'm narrow, and there are certain air conditions in which it's really hard to beat me. And there are certain air conditions in which, unless everybody runs into a wall, I'm not going to be first. Because every boat has its conditions. Unless you're all have the same boat, which I don't like. I tried that once. I didn't like that. To me, it always ended up in a parade. This way, when you're all different boats, you have to know the skills of your own boat and the skills of the other boat, not just the crew, but the boat, and where to go and what to do. And to me, it's more challenging. I just like it better. Everybody has their choice. A lot of people like one design because they're all the same and the conditions don't matter. So you have to explain that if a kid is taller, he might have an advantage at certain things. If a kid is this, he or she will have, that's it. So you explain that there are variables you can't control. And some people are just born with certain bodies, like swimmers. There's a swimmer's body configuration, and you can exercise your brains out, but you're not going to make that configuration. You can just perfect it. But if you start your kids out very young with quick winning and losing, losing and winning, and knowing what to do each time, when you win, say, good job. When you lose to somebody and they win, say, good job. When you win, you shake somebody's hand and you say, that was a great try. It's a good game. I enjoyed it. You're a tough competitor. I don't know if they still do it, but after tennis matches, when I was younger, I used to watch the tennis matches. I don't anymore. But I used to like at the end of the game where they would interview and they would say, boy, he or she was a tough competitor. I really had to work hard to win this game. Very gracious about it. And then they'd talk to the loser and they'd go, he or she was just really on today. There was just no way I could beat him down. Classy. Teach your kids that. They'll become better people and they'll be happier. Because if they have to win to be happy, they're going to spend most of their life being miserable. Because there are billions of people in the world and we all can't win at the same time unless you go to most public schools where if you show up and can sneeze, they'll give you an award. My number, 1-800-375-2872.